Welcome back to the Safeties Off show. Not only the Safeties Off show, but welcome back, Sergeant Colts. Is it Sergeant? What is it? Staff Sergeant?
Whatever you want to. No.
President?
Basically.
Is Staff Sergeant over Sergeant?
I mean, I think the Army has a sergeant, but the Air Force doesn't have a sergeant. It's either.
Oh my God! Here we go back to the platoon thing. You get so mad when Travis asks you what platoon you're in. What's your you don't want to say your rank?
I mean, I guess I'm a tech sergeant.
All right,
I guess I'm a tech sergeant.
Okay, I'm done with you already. Let's get into the ad reads real quick. Well, I'm gonna only say two today. Actually, three. First off, Ranch Road. I've done some stuff with Ranch Road. I've put out a couple Instagram reels, TikToks. If you don't have a Ranch Road or some type of system or something to organize your gear in the back of your truck or on your UTV, whatever, check out Ranch Road. They're sick. And then also HuntWise, you promo code KCO20 for 20% off HuntWise. And then last but not least, our most faithful sponsor is TripTech. TripTech. Yes, sir. 5-in-1 multi-tool. I actually just dropped mine again. I was playing with it a second ago. Dang it.
I brought mine here.
You brought your TripTech to South Korea?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause just in case. Because it's you can use it for more than just hunting.
It's a 5-in-1 multi-tool.
It's a 5-in-1 multi-tool.
You need one, okay? It's a finisher. You can use it to fix your gun. If your gun's messed up, whatever, you've got to take it apart. You can use that. You can use it to measure upland birds. I'm not sure how you actually do that because I don't kill pheasants or anything like that, but it has it on there.
I used it to adjust the brakes on my scooter.
No, you didn't.
But you could.
You could. All right. Well, with that being said, those are our awesome sponsors. Let's get to the show.
Bro, I almost caught that one.
You got that heater on full blast. You got all the windows down, and you're such a
All right. Welcome back once again, Sergeant Colson from South Korea. This is live from South Korea. Is that like live Saturday night?
Good morning, Vietnam vibes.
Good morning, Vietnam. That's pretty good.
You can tell you're not in your house.
Yeah, I'm outside, so my wife is not mad that I screamed. I'm out in the shed. She does not care. Nobody heard that, which is kind of scary.
You hear those planes?
I do not hear planes.
Oh, good. Well, hey, if you hear them,
you're in
on
South
the
Korea.
podcast. South Korea.
Yeah. You're technically in a war zone in South Korea. If anybody doesn't know, it's your first time listening and you just hate us and you don't follow us regularly, thank you for your service, Jacob. He's in the Air Force and he is currently serving a year tour. Do we call it a tour?
Yeah, it's a short tour.
Yeah, short tour.
Technically a short tour, but
to Seoul. No. Gus. Dang it, say it. Gunsan, South Korea. Pretty this time of year, I hear.
No, it's not.
Is it like what you see on all the like on all the movies? Like it's always a gray day.
I mean, I hadn't thought about that before. I mean, there's been some nice days, but so the first, I'll tell you this, like the first morning I was here, because I got in late, my sleep schedule was all messed up. So I woke up at like 4 a.m. and they told me not to come into work. They were like, oh, get your sleep schedule fixed, whatever. And at like 4:30, I was just sitting on the edge of my bed, just like, well, now what do I do? So at like 6, I went walking around and it was I thought it was real foggy out. And it took me like a week to realize that wasn't fog. That was smog.
Smog from what?
China.
China.
Yeah. So we're like across the sea and science, the wind pushes it across. So I'm on the
science is wild now.
Science Science?
Science is crazy. So it's not the backdrop that you have. If you're not watching on YouTube, he's got a great backdrop. You spent money on that.
Dude, $27. No, I probably wasn't that much. But I just said that's over my bed. I'm not going to show you all my room, but that's my bed is literally right here.
Somewhere in there. You got a sweet chair?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you buy that?
No, it was actually in my room when I got it. So whoever had my room before
Just
left
left
it.
chair.
Yeah, they left a bunch of stuff. So shout out to that guy if you're ever listening.
What else?
Vacuum, Swiffer, pot. No, not pots and pans. That jerk. I had to buy that myself, like dishes and stuff. I'm trying to think of what else. Laundry hamper.
What a dude. So he did not need a laundry hamper on the plane ride home.
No. I mean, that's usually how I pack my clothes. Laundry hamper, trash bag, you know.
Oh, like at home, yes. Like a week after the camp or something. Yeah, you definitely put it in. I've never even like realized it. Honestly, I just go with the flow. Like, because I guess doing laundry out in the middle of the woods, it is what it is. Nobody mess with it. That is true. Never thought of that. Just because I guess that's just ready to roll.
Hey,
the clean clothes out of the dryer, you instantly put them in the hamper. They don't get folded. You just take the whole hamper.
Right.
And you never know what you're
looking at. I'm looking at my hamper full of clean clothes right now.
Yes, indeed. So I mean, we talk all the time. So I say all the time, once a week now ish.
Yeah.
We should aim for once a week. Can we start aiming for once a week?
We talk at least once a week, I feel like.
But can we aim for that? That's the goal.
Yeah.
We talk on the phone once a week. Do we want to set a
time? Yeah. On the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. On the phone.
I was about to say I text you like every other day, but
yeah, right. Text. I mean, anybody can text. But anyway, so what's the name a few things that you were just like you'd only heard of Korea, South Korea, not North Korea. You had never been there. You'd never been stationed there. So what's like a few things that you were like, oh, this sucks, or this is different, or this is just wild?
Oof. I will say, since I've been here, so I haven't like avoided coming. It's kind of like with my job, it's kind of like a given. You're gonna go to Korea at some point. But what I've learned since I've been here is I wish I hadn't put it off so long and just gone earlier. Now I'm older, so I mean it's not bad. This base is cool because it's smaller. There's no families here. Everybody lives in a dorm room, you know, from top to bottom. Everybody lives on base. So there's like more sense of like community and family, which, you know, coming from Louisiana, how often you see me hanging out with anybody at work?
Yeah, correct. Right. You got your own community and family.
Never.
You're worried about work.
Yeah. I when I was there, I was like, as soon as 4 o'clock hit, I'm out the gate.
Right.
I don't shop on base, do nothing like that. Now, I mean, I ain't get a car, so
got a scooter.
I got me a Scooty boy.
Yeah, scooter gang.
I think I got ripped off on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
This thing's been rode hard and put up wet.
Yeah. So somebody
brakes
sold it to you used.
Yeah. He bought it. He bought it like a couple weeks before I got here, and then I was like, man, if you see another one, let me know. And then he found a better one, and he was like, I'll sell it to you for. I can't remember how much I told my wife, so I'm not going to take it on here. But then when I got it, I was so excited. It was so cold that he handed me the key. I was like, all right, appreciate it. Got on me. And like 3 days later, I realized that the headlight is like straight down.
Yes.
It's zip tied on there.
Yes. Somebody needs a headlight.
It was cracked, like from the rear wheel fender. I don't know. Is that a fender?
On a scooter? I don't know if you can have a fender on a scooter.
But it was cracked.
That's the question. Thank God we're going over them.
Yeah, it was cracked, and so it was rattling. So I was putting my heel on it to keep it from rattling because I was tired of listening to it. And then I hit a big bump, and I just cracked it all the way off. But it was like 20 degrees out that night, so I just drug it for like 600 yards. It was
I wish I could just see you on a scooter. For anybody that doesn't know, Jacob's a large man. What, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5", hefty.
6'5", 6'5", and wore the hefty pants at Kohl's back in the day. Did not
Husky.
wear this. Yeah, the husky. That's right. I did say
Husky.
God, remember the husky pants? Obviously, I'm a little guy. I never fit in them. You were a husky guy, weren't you?
My brother was no, I was not. My brother was, and I made fun of him. Called him Husky Joe.
What a slap in the that should have been that funny. Husky Joe. Dude, what a slap in the face husky pants were.
I mean, I'd rather be
Can you do that
husky than
now?
probably not.
Husky just a fancier word for hefty.
Yeah.
Like what is
Why? Yeah.
I'm about to Google what is like what does husky mean other than like the dog.
Husky. It means built for winter, man.
What?
It means built for winter. Lots of insulation.
I mean, you might be correct. Is a husky a good family dog? Well, I gotta read into that. What does husky mean? Because you could not get away with that today. Husky. Here we go. Excuse me. Sounding low pitched and slightly hoarse. Okay. The second definition is strong, hefty.
That's me.
Patrick looked
Strong.
a husky strong guy. Horse crap. You can't tell people.
You hear
they're
that one?
strong. No, I didn't hear that airplane. You can't tell people they're strong based off of pant size. Dude, so like you're in South Korea and I feel like I went to a foreign land. I went to New York City this past week, vacation, humble brag.
Complete opposites.
Dude, it's wild.
Well, Seoul is a lot like
New York City.
New York City.
Dude, what I can't ever get over is when I go into big cities. Like, we go to Dallas all the time because we live in Shreveport area, and so we're pretty close to Dallas. So 2.5, 3 hours, whatever. But like New York, I felt like everything, and plus like Times Square, New York City, Manhattan, it's the best of the best like technology. Like everything is like, oh, look, we do this now. Like you can use, which we don't have Uber Eats here. I know it sounds real terrible, but like Uber Eats, I know that's not crazy technology. We've done that for a long time, but like, just like the stores were different. There's that automated Taco Bell in dang Times Square where there's no people working, like except for in the kitchen. You cannot tell anyone your order. You have to do it on the screen. Just like different things like that. Stores were crazy. The Nike stores, it's just all kinds of nuts. Like I think about how far along places like New York City are in technology. And then I think of like places like my hometown where me and my uncle sat and talked for 5 minutes about how cool squeezed jelly is. And, you don't have to use a knife or a spoon. You can just squeeze the jelly out of the container now.
Just some simple folk.
Just like I get that I am simple and like, it takes a lot for me to input technology in my life. Like my grandpa, that's how he is every year. We get him something for Christmas or his birthday or Father's Day or whatever. And you get him something that like may alleviate something he already does. Like, make something he already does a little easier. That's called technology. And he just doesn't use it. Like, nope, not me. Not today, Satan.
I made it this long without it.
Yeah, might as well just go out strong without using it. I mean, it could be something like a pencil sharpener. And he's like, no, I got to use my knife. I'm kidding. That was a little too far. But
I didn't think I would have thought Seoul would have been more.
Seoul,
there'd
South
have been
Korea.
more just like robots and stuff everywhere. But there's Korea. I'll say this: what's kind of different in Korea is the human interaction and the respect for each other is way different.
It's there,
and it's just like simple things like when Koreans hand you money, they always hand it to you with two hands.
Wow.
And if it's with one hand, I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Yeah, you're good.
No, if it's with one hand, they'll have the other hand like this.
Why?
Because it's two things. It's for, I think like the most known or the most talked about one is just the respect. They respect you. They're not just going to hand you a crumpled dollar bill or like toss it to you or
Happens.
whatever. But it's also the second thing, which is what I kind of know about life and stuff, is they understand and respect the value of things, and so they respect the value of your money and your hard work and your time. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild when you start thinking about like just social differences and stuff.
I mean, I respect money, but I don't feel like I got to have two hands on it at all times. Holy cow.
Don't let this go. Don't let this go. Don't let this go.
Yeah, like it's not going to fly off. It's not a kite. I mean, my Benjamin Franklin's not going to take off.
Hey, Travis has three hands on his money at all times.
No kidding. He's asking for help. Old tightwads. This dude, Travis, man, this dude's wild. What did he text me earlier? I was like, I'll bring that up on the podcast. This is when you know it's good, is whenever he texts you and he goes, "Hear me out." Okay, that's when you know it's dumb. But you just gotta, you love him, and so you're just like, all right, yeah, have at it, Travis. He said, "Hear me out." I said, "Okay." He said, "Blow dart rabbit hunting." Jacob, this is a guy. He hasn't killed an animal in over a calendar year. He wants to blow dart hunt rabbits.
Can a blow dart take down a rabbit?
It's probably not legal.
No way.
Like a lot of the things that Travis insists we do, like hunting with a drone. He says we should hunt with a drone. Can't do that. He says,
well, I'm thinking of a blowgun, like it's almost like a needle,
right? Yeah,
but it's super thin. I mean, it's not a needle, but it's super thin.
Yeah.
Which I got shot by one in high school once.
But it hurt. But it's like an acupuncture. It's like an acupuncture needle.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah.
Really, that sounded.
Hey, he hit me. I was sitting down. He hit me in the back, like by the knee. And I looked down and I looked back at him, and it was one of those like, I
can't believe you did this to me.
Like I didn't know what to do, and he was like, he just started laughing, and I pulled it out. Which, for all you kids out there listening, don't shoot your friends with
don't
blow dart guns.
My neighbor had one growing up, and he the way we knew he had one was he told us to come in the shop, and he had like a big Ziploc bag tied up at the top of his shop with water. And he told us to come in. And as soon as we come in, he said, "I got a blow gun. Hold on." And he went, pop, and it busted all on us. We're like, sweet blow gun. It's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
I was waiting for you to be like, what an idiot.
All right, so sorry we lost Jacob for a minute. But yeah, so you were talking about the...
Oh, I thought you were about to talk about how big of an idiot he was. And I was like, yeah.
No, that was super cool. And then also he talked us into one day. All right, I was a dumb kid. All right. So before I even start the story, he talked us into getting like a welding rod. And he was like, "There's no way you can break that over your neck." And I'm like, "Give it here."
Over your neck?
Yeah. And when you break it over your neck, all that outside coating just crumples off and it goes down the back of your shirt. Oh man, what a time. I really learned a lot growing up, like the exact hard way.
But yeah, dude, Korea's been interesting. I mean, I've been working a lot. Yeah, I've been working a lot. It sucks. And I did go to Seoul.
Yeah,
one weekend for New Year's.
Right.
Stimulation overload.
Yeah, too many people.
I think there's 10 million people there normally. I think there was like 13 million people there for the weekend.
For New Year's. So explain to me this. I have a pea brain. New Year's over there, same New Year's here?
Calendar New Year's was no. So and they don't even celebrate like the same New Year we do in America, kind of. Right. They do, but they don't. Like the bigger one is the Lunar New Year.
Right.
Because I went to the grocery store off base. I think it's like a 4-day event, but one day of that whole thing. And I guess it was like the biggest day of it. And it was jam-packed. And I think it's because it's like 3 weeks after New Year's, the calendar New Year, and I hadn't been off base since I went to Seoul, and I was like getting a little stir crazy, and I was like, I'm gonna go off base. I'm just gonna get some asparagus.
That's what you were wild about? You had to go get some asparagus?
Well, it was expensive on base. I was like, well, maybe it's cheaper off.
Asparagus, Jacob?
Hey,
That's why you went off base to go get asparagus?
neither here nor there. I went to the grocery store, and it's it's like a 3-story grocery store, and it was jam packed. And I just looking around, and I realized I'm not in the States anymore. I don't understand what any of these words mean.
Yeah.
There's so many people here. I literally didn't get anything. I went across the street, got some KFC.
Yes, because everybody
Not Kentucky.
Everybody knows.
Korean
fried chicken.
Can't say that.
Is that really what it's called? I can't say that. Get out of
Korean
here.
fried chicken. Can't say it like that.
Why?
I'm kidding. Oh
my God.
Yeah, I got some KFC. Got back in my taxi, went back to my room.
Heck yeah. Dude, speaking of you can't say that. So since we've recorded a podcast, we actually recorded 2 on like a Saturday, Sunday, and then posted them the next 2 Tuesdays. So we really haven't recorded a podcast in a couple weeks. But anyway, so we posted that one with Nick Andrews, and I long-term content, cut it down into some TikToks, posted some TikToks. And I know you saw that one TikTok where he's telling the story about how he's laying in his tent and thinks a guy's walking up, and he says, it wasn't a coon, it wasn't a possum, it wasn't a deer, it was a person. And that was like the last thing he said, and I cut the Instagram reel. Man, like it legitimately blew up overnight. It went from 2,000 views to 200 and something thousand views. Right now it's at 268,000 views. Back to what sparked this was you can't say this. Somebody tried to turn it's Nick from Marshall, Texas, everybody. And he says the word coon. And I even put a raccoon. He is talking about a raccoon. It's not a racial slur or anything. Somebody tried to turn it into that. And then it was actually cool for once, the internet all turning on that guy that tried to make it a racial thing. They were like, you were being an idiot. Like the own video says it's a raccoon. This guy clearly didn't mean that, blah, blah, blah. Get out of here with that crap. And it made the video go viral again. Like it stopped at like 200,000 views, and just those comments made it go to like 268,000 views, which was nuts.
Appreciate it. Hey,
yeah.
Content hacking.
Yeah, no joke. We actually got our first ever podcast episode with over 1,000 listens. So pretty cool.
And I wasn't on it.
You wasn't on it. This will get 2,000 easy.
Easy.
For sure, easy, which is nuts. But I was telling my wife about, the whole TikTok thing. And, that's actually I know this is a hunting podcast and people are going to be like, this is lame. But just to kind of let people know into what everybody's on Facebook right now, wouldn't you say? Like even your grandma's on Facebook. And now they've got Instagram reels and everything, and things go viral on there too. So everybody needs to know this. Social media companies or content creators will post a piece of content. Let's say it's of a dog. It's of a beagle. They will create another account just to comment on their stuff and say, that beagle is hideous. It looks like and then say another dog. It looks like a Rottweiler, just to stir up controversy. Now that's the most watered down controversy of all time example, but just to stir up controversy. So they'll have, their side account, they'll stir up controversy on, then they will get the account they posted it on and have a conversation with themselves. And be like, no, this is a such and such dog because this, and this. And they'll get back on their mean account and they'll say, no, it's this kind of dog because this, and this. And then they'll just watch as the public, that pushes it. That tells the algorithm that people are talking about this video. More people want to see it. Then as that happens, more actual people like me and you are like, I want to argue with these people. No, dude, that's a beagle. Like it's clearly a beagle. Shut up, And then it turns into a bunch of people saying, shut up, blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. 100,000 views later.
And you're talking to one of the biggest conspiracy theorists that you know.
No, you are the biggest conspiracy theorist I know.
I'm not going to get into it, but think about that on a global level.
Right, yeah. I mean, yes. That's all. I mean, now we're there, so it might as well do. That's all the media. I mean, the media is sometimes to make you think one way while something else. It's just smoke. I mean,
they want you to pick a side so that there could be an argument, so that there can be.
Yep, so they can talk about it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just smoke screen stuff, like this stuff, the mind game stuff. And I know talking to you about like warfare and stuff, like right now, it's like it's a lot of mind games, a lot of chess. I mean, just even think about the NFL draft right now with the Chicago Bears having the number 1 overall pick. They have who they think is their franchise quarterback and have said it forever. But as soon as they were granted the number 1 pick, what did you start hearing? Oh, they're going to trade him. They want a quarterback. They love the quarterbacks in this draft. They love the quarterbacks. They're going to keep that number 1 pick. Trade
just so somebody will give them an offer.
So somebody would be like, "Oh crap, no, we want Bryce Young. We want that number 1 pick. What will we have to offer for that number 1 pick for them to keep Justin Fields?" And like, that's just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Because I mean that stuff is out there, and people like legitimately legit need to know. Don't you think?
I mean, people can't be sheeps.
Yeah, it's true. You can't always assume that the people you're talking to online are legitimate. And like we talk about that all the time with our reviews. Like we have such a small internet footprint. You know, like we do these reviews. We've done the gun reviews, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But like I always want to be truthful. And so like I'm going to tell you, like Ranch Road sent me their gear. You know, I didn't buy the Ranch Road gear, but I still think it's awesome. And I'm still going to tell people it's awesome. Like, yes, I want one. And I want, you know, I'm trying to tell you and help you out. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't get something in return. That would be, you know.
Be dishonest.
Dishonest, false advertising. And I know that's how you feel about everything in this world politically.
Everything.
What is the wildest political? What's the wildest conspiracy theory that you believe that other people are like, you probably shouldn't say that?
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Do you think we landed on the moon?
That's my safe go-to, so I don't have to talk about anything else. But no.
It doesn't make any sense why we hadn't been back.
Exactly.
Like, why not just go there all the time?
Like, we did it once, twice. We did it twice in the 60s. And then we were just like, you know what? We've seen everything we need to see.
Man, maybe they thought they just really got lucky. And they were like, yeah, we just really don't need to risk it again.
I mean, it's not like going to New York City, you know, where you go and you're like, I mean, I think I've seen everything, you know, seen the Statue of Liberty. I guess I don't need to go back.
So what's a wild? Come on, man. Just tell us a wild one you believe in.
I can't.
Why? You just don't say like anything like 9/11 or any war or anything like that. Because I know, I mean, we talk a lot. We talk. I love when you deep dive into these things because then I kind of think about it, but then I use my time wisely. I don't look into these things like you do. There was once upon a Jacob time when Jacob was on Reddit more than he was anything else in life. Or is that still how it is? All right, he's still on Reddit more than anything. You're scaring me how you're not saying anything.
Just because most of the stuff, I don't want anybody to think that I know anything else.
Great.
I don't know.
We should.
We'll talk. We'll talk again in 6 years.
Why 6 years?
Because that's when I get out.
That's when you're retiring.
5 years. 5 years.
How many years will that be?
20.
Dang, you're old as dirt.
Son.
You'd be 40? No, you'd be 38.
39.
Oh my God, pack it up, son. 20 years?
Then I can start my real job. I can grow up, Peter Pan.
Yeah, man, you come coach with us. Holy cow, dude. You're only 5 years away from that's awesome. I mean, that's sad, but it's great.
Mm-hmm.
God, dude. About to have your second kid in June. Congrats, PS.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. I mean, like,
This one's a girl.
yeah, so you've got a boy, you're gonna have a girl. I have a little girl. Girls are easy, man. Your wife wants to play with her anyways. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it costs more money.
Hayes has been my son. He's 5, and he's been, I don't know, like I will never try to claim that I'm like a great parent. My wife is.
Your wife
try
is
to
a
be.
great parent. Yeah.
I try to be. But it's been interesting, me being gone, like the way he reacts to certain things. Some days he tries to be goofier than normal, and I think it's, and you always got to think, oh, he's just going through something, and then he'll just say, oh, I miss you, Dad.
Yeah.
And like, okay, that you just want an attention, a different kind of attention. But we've been talking, interestingly enough, we've been talking about hunting a lot lately.
Yeah.
Now he likes fishing. He's never really, and he likes to pretend duck hunt. He likes to pretend mountain lion hunt.
Yes, sir.
Bears and all that. And I was telling him about, we're gonna go hunting.
Yeah.
Out of your place.
Thanks, yeah.
And he was like, you can tell he was thinking about it. He goes, how about we just go and spy on the deer? We don't actually shoot them. We just go spy on them. So I've been going through this, and that, at first it's like my kid's going to hunt,
right?
My kid's going to love it, but I mean, you can't push a kid to want to do something. And, you start reflecting on, what you actually want from your child as a parent. And I got into this whole deep thing about like, I just want him to be a good person, and whatever else he does, I don't care. Yeah. Now, I mean, some things
right. Yeah. Some things you got to draw the line at.
Right.
Yeah.
For the most part. But,
well, I think too, like you're talking about, so like he's talking about spying on the deer. So that means he has like this is super lame. God, here we go. But he has like a respect for the outdoors.
Right.
Right. So like one day that respect will turn into like, all right, if I don't kill this deer, how's the deer going to die?
Right. And we've been talking. I mean, and it's every day. I call him every morning. I call him every morning during the week, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Because he goes to, his grandma picks him up and he stays with her for like an hour before he goes to school. Right. So we talk every day, and I don't bring it up. He brings it up every day. So let's talk about this hunting trip. I mean, this spy trip we're going to take. And, we talk about it, and I give him a little bit, because he is very smart. I mean,
right. Which is wild. It's your kid. Continue.
Dumb smart.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the highest scores in the magnet test.
Really?
Yeah. I'll get into that later.
Humble brag, Hayes.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thing. With what he's. Yeah. Anyways, so he's really, really smart. And, so I know that I have to talk to him about certain things and he wants to know why. And, and so we've talked about, there's the food chain, and, he kind of knows all about that, and he's in pre-K. And so I told him there's a food chain. You got fish, you got, bigger fish and alligators. And, at some point, things have predators. And he goes, we're not predators. And I was like, yes, we are. And he's like, we're at the top of the food chain. He goes, no, we're not. Bears eat people. Bears are at the top of the food chain. Bears are predators.
It's hard to argue.
He is very smart. But we've been going through this. I'm just excited that he's excited about being interested and wanting to do it. And if he doesn't like hunting, I mean, we'll find something else to do together.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's gonna like it. I mean, I'm not just saying that like, oh, he's gonna like it. But
right.
he's gonna enjoy it. Just him talking about it. I mean, it's kind of lame or whatever, but he does have. If he's saying let's spy on the deer, that's better than I don't want to go.
Right.
You know.
Right. Well, at first, that's what it was. It was like, I'm not going hunting.
Right.
And I was like, all right.
Yep.
And then he was like, what if we spy on them?
Yeah.
And then it was, what if we bring a Nerf gun?
Yes.
Just to distract the deer.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So that I could take pictures. And I was like, we can do that, man. We can whatever you want to do. And then it's, well, maybe, or I said, what about if there's, hogs out there? He goes, maybe we bring one gun.
Yeah.
Just one gun.
That's what I'm talking about. He gets
only if a mountain lion comes out.
Yeah, he gets it. He's gonna get it. He's gonna come around. Like I think about that all the time. Like, I talk about my wife sometimes and her like outlook on hunting, and is a lot different. She's kind of like she gets it. Things gotta die. She's not just gung ho about it. She's not gonna go. She's not like a anti-hunter, but she's not going to hunt, but still supports the hunting. So it's like, he gets it. He's like, I understand these things. There's a food chain. I'm just not sure if I want to be the person to do the deed.
He don't know. He didn't know at first where he wants to be on it. So we'll see. I'll get back in the prime time ish. And we'll take him out there. And I think a good way to get kids interested is just getting them outside.
Yeah.
Fishing. Every kid loves to fish. He loves fishing. He likes, we go hiking on the Red River thing, and he'll throw his little Snoopy pole in the water.
Yes.
Get it tied around every branch and 3 parishes and stuck on a rock and hooked on logs. And anyway, but take him out fishing. I think a good way to get them kind of interested in hunting and kind of getting involved in the process is just taking them out there. I mean, because you don't have to wake them up early or nothing like that, but take them out to check trail cameras.
Yeah.
Get them involved that way.
Yeah.
Just the being outside, being in the woods, and then seeing, oh, that's a big deer. I kind of want to see that in person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
And just going on hikes or, anything outside.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, half the fun is scouting and like checking out stuff, and like, I've always loved that. I've always loved checking out new land, finding new places, finding new things, your eyes on different stuff, like always different terrain and whatnot. And he's gonna love that land. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's what, teaching hunter ed too, like getting kids involved. Like today I asked the question, how many of you have shot and missed a deer? How many of you been deer hunting? A lot of kids raise their hand. How many of you ever shot at a deer? A lot of kids still raise their hand. How many of you missed? Less hands, whatever. And like there were several hands in the class several kids in the class that had never been deer hunting. And like that's the most popular, I would say, in Louisiana. Don't you think? Like if you go
in Louisiana,
you most likely go deer hunting. You still hunt in a box stand. That's your
I went with my pawpaw when I was
when I was 3 years old. I went out there with pawpaw. Yeah, like come on, man, calm down. You sat in a box and you went home. Like, come on, calm down. But no, so like it is interesting, and like different things, gauge their. I try to gauge their interest. Like I've got a few like girls in the class that one of them's hunted, but 3 of them haven't. You can tell like they just got put in my class on accident, and they drew the short stick. And then I got some guys in there that they've never hunted, and but when you start talking about it, when you start talking about how I literally go over parts of a gun and gun safety, and like they think you can see stuff clicking, like they probably shouldn't do that. Like we went over what is the term flagging today.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is like a couple I could see like okay like I could see why you wouldn't do that now, or you tell a horror story about that. But yeah, different things click. But actually today I went off on a long rant. Did you listen to the Joe Rogan where he had the shooting specialist on?
No, I hadn't.
It's pretty dang good. It's pretty interesting. He just talks about how, and I was telling my class this, like, and it made a lot of sense as to why I think whenever I was a kid, I was a better shot with a rifle. I know I was. I never missed. Like, click, boom, dead.
Same.
All the time. And then as you get older, you kind of miss here and there, and then you get into like a funk. Like, you literally get in a funk. I did, at least in my 20s. Like, I'm missing deer. I'm nervous. And it's like, when you're a kid, you didn't have all these added factors on top of your shooting. So, like, when you shot, you had never really experienced failure before. So you weren't really worried about it. You knew that whenever you pulled the trigger, the gun goes boom, it makes this loud noise. And that's kind of like it. That's all your brain really knew either. Like, that's all your brain was focused on, was I'm more worried about the gun and what's going to go on here than whatever the animal's doing. And then as you get older, your brain, you start to be like, all right, when I pull the trigger, it makes a loud boom, it kicks. You anticipate that now because you know it's happening. You've learned. And then on top of that, you start to think about the game. Like, you start, like, these little voices in your head, like, it's going to get away. It's going to get away. We got to shoot. And then you take a bad shot, you miss, and it's gone,
And I think those things come from those experiences when those deer have gotten away.
It's exactly right.
When you have missed, or I missed a big one once, and every time I see a deer now, and I got it down, I got my crosshairs on it, and I'm thinking of that one deer, that big deer that I took 2 bad shots at.
2 bad shots.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
I had that buck fever, and I was rattled.
Yeah. I remember whenever, I shouldn't even tell this story, but I shot a deer too many times one time. I just say that. That's all I'm going to say. Like I probably should have just let it keep going or whatever, but I thought I missed it the first time, so I shot at it again. And that time it actually fell or whatever. And but like, yeah, you're scared. You're like, insecurities are built off of prior hunting
failures.
experience. Yeah, and prior failures. Is that a good quote right there? Your insecurities are based off prior failures. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
It's pretty good. It's going on a t-shirt. No, I'm kidding. It's not. But it is true. And so, like, as you get older, you have to, like, almost like master your mind again and tell it, no, this is how simple it is. That's what he was saying. This is not me. This is not my pea brain. He's like, you need a buzzword. You need something like, 1, 2, 3, or, like, and here we go. Or like whenever you, I think he says, here we go, or something like that. Or when you're pulling back a bow, you don't want to study long, study wrong. You want to pull, shoot. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying different things. Like that may not be what everybody does. Like, some people might want to. It doesn't apply to all the time, because you may pull back your bow and then you're waiting on the deer to actually walk into range. Like, you can't move. So that's not always going to work. But I thought that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of goes. It's fear.
Yeah.
The fear of missing, the fear of all that, and that kind of messes with your mind. But I've always, in my mentorship career, I guess you could say, I'm a big believer that fear is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because fear keeps you from doing stupid things.
Yeah. Like,
I have a fear of touching a stove.
Yeah.
Because I have a fear of getting burned, so I'm not going to touch a hot stove.
Yeah.
And when people say they have no fear, that's a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Everybody has a fear of something.
Yeah, a little fear is healthy.
Like, if you truly have no fear, then you'd be dead.
Sure.
Because you would just
you just do whatever you want to do.
And like, I have a fear of getting hit by a car, so I'm not going to walk out into traffic.
Yeah. Man, did we get off on a rabbit hole there?
They're deep.
It's a deep rabbit hole, man. We went from talking about your kid not wanting to, or just wanting to spy on deer, to how to shoot. But that really is a good podcast. I recommend 2 podcasts, ours and that Joe Rogan episode.
I'm meant to listen to it today. I've been deep into dude, I do nothing here. I got when I'm not working, it's like I work weird hours anyways.
Yeah.
So I get off at 11 at night. There's nothing really open past midnight.
Especially on base.
And then when you don't have nothing to do till 3 o'clock the next day, naturally you're going to stay up.
Right.
So I've watched everything.
Like all the documentaries?
Everything.
You and Kyrie Irving.
Dude, I've watched everything. Every series, every movie on Netflix,
Dude, speaking of, did you watch Outer Banks season 3?
Yeah, I watched it in a day.
Dude, trash. I'm not done, so don't ruin it. I'm still gonna finish it. Trash.
It's the
It's
I'm trying to think of how to say
running
this.
Around.
I know. I'm trying to think of how to say this. It was drawn out.
Yeah.
It's a great finale. But literally because I watched it at work, because like the last part of it at work, because where I work in an office right now, and anyways, but so we always put something up on the TV to drown out the other noise and stuff. So anyways, it was on, and somebody was like, dude, this is the most drug out.
Oh, it's
miserable. Like he had the same thing. Like I feel like they've just been running around. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
They're getting chased, and then like every episode is how will they get away this time? And then like there's like 6 of them now. So like one gets captured. Oh, we got to go back for this one, and then the next one gets captured. And then like
what episode are you on?
I don't know. They just took off on the boat. The girl she was captured. Now she's found. Now John B's going to see his dad. He hears the church bells, so he's going up to the top to see his dad. And
it gets worse. That was actually good. Those first 3 episodes were not as bad as the next 3.
Dude,
the end is worth it though.
I just don't want to sit there through it. Like it was enough to where like my wife usually this is how everybody, it goes for everybody. When you're watching a show with your wife, you watch the show, she gets mad at you for playing on your phone, she plays on her phone, and then asks you for updates. And I get that.
Yes.
I now have been married for almost 4 years in March. I understand that's what watching a show my wife is, and I love it. I enjoy it, babe. Hope you listened. And anyways, like this show was this bad that she was just finally like, you can watch it if you want. I'm not watching it. Can't do it. Normally, she'll at least sit there and get up. But it was bad. It's not a good show, man. It's not good.
When it ended, I was talking to we watched the finale that work. We did watch the finale. And then I came home and I watched it again because I was busy and all that. So I kind of missed some things, but we were talking about it like, oh man, we got to wait another year for the new season. Like it ended well.
So they drowned out an entire season to get you ready for the next season.
Yes.
Yeah. They what could have been done in 2 episodes was done in way too many.
Oh man, you don't know a lot. Now I'm thinking about it. You don't know a lot.
Okay, now you're gonna make me want to go. You're making me want to go like right now and watch it.
It's all right.
Does that mean it's a bad show?
Now, do what?
So does that mean it's a bad show? If like I'm ready to get done with this, so I can go watch this show now? I'm sitting here talking about how bad it is, but now I'm like, I need to go watch it.
No, I'll tell you what you need to get it back into if you didn't before. Sons of Anarchy.
That's still a thing? I thought that was done.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Oh yeah,
all 7 seasons. I was big into Sons.
I was too.
Big.
Yeah, now it's been like long enough to where you can go back and watch it.
And you don't know everything. Like the big picture things.
Right.
Like who dies. You just don't remember when or how and all that. So that's what I've been, because that's how many series and documentaries and movies that I've watched. Is now I'm going back and watching things that I've already watched.
So you need to be learning how to use AI.
I am learning Spanish.
Oh my gosh. ¿De dónde está la biblioteca?
¿Dónde está what?
La biblioteca.
La biblioteca.
Where is the library?
The library.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a different word, but
no.
But I do know donde está.
Yeah, where is?
Where is?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm only on unit 3 of Duolingo.
Oh my God.
But I know mujer, hombre,
Oh my
El
God.
Nina,
These are all not like great
El
things to
Nino,
know. These are not
La
great things to
Nina,
know. Yeah.
La.
Well, I guess if you're
You
at the
know,
beginning, yeah, if you're at the beginning, I guess you are learning like nouns.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Pretty soon I'm gonna have to
wow.
learn French.
Do what?
Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start learning French. That's what Hayes is gonna start in French with this magnet program.
Oh my God.
Cat was like, now we're gonna have to learn French too. And I was like, the only thing you need to know in French is how to surrender.
Okay, that's good. Good. Hey, they helped us out, all right?
They literally did not. Anyways,
All right, anyways. So,
not gonna get into the conspiracy theories,
yeah,
but
let's
they
not
did
do
not.
it. Let's not do it. So I took like 4 years of Spanish. Like, and I definitely don't know it. I mean, I was pretty good at it during that time. Like I could write a whole paper, like I could do all this stuff in Spanish. And now I'm just like, ¿de dónde está la biblioteca?
Yeah, most of the stuff that I so far that I've learned is I can read it. I can read it and type it.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se dice? Okay. So you don't know either one of those? ¿Cómo se llama?
Okay.
That's like an easy one. ¿Cómo
Okay.
se llama? ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama? What's your name?
Yep, there you go. ¿Cómo se dice? We're off on the deep end. We gotta finish this because
I don't know them.
¿Cómo se dice is
I don't
like,
know
is what is like how you say. So if you went into Mexico or Spain or whatever and you wanted to know how to say something, you would say ¿Cómo se dice? And then you would look at somebody and be like, basketball, just baloncesto.
Oh,
Yeah, so
interesting.
¿Cómo se dice? Blah blah blah. Dude, yeah.
You would think I would try to learn Hangul or Korean.
Hangul.
Nah,
Sick name for a language. Hangul.
it's
You ain't doing it.
another thing that's kind of thrown me off since I've been here is I did not expect it how it sounds. I did not expect it to be the way it sounds. It sounds a lot more Russian, to be honest,
Really?
than I would have expected. A lot of
Yeah, it's like a lot of hard words.
yeah, a little a lot of phlegm. A lot more phlegm than I would have thought. It's gross.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like doesn't sound like something you want to to your wife.
And it's drawn, and a lot of the words are drawn out. Like I feel like it takes way too, like French.
Yeah.
It takes way too long just to say the dog. They got to say, El that was French, not Korean, by the way.
So how pissed off do people get when you walk into like a only Korean like store? Like when they see a typical big white dude American.
No,
Didn't you say
Koreans are super nice people.
Really? I thought you
Super
said at one
nice.
point that people were like turning you away. They were like, no.
Well, so except for that lady. That lady who works over here on base she rolls her eyes every time I walk in, and
Yes.
she is not a nice lady.
Not a
Because
nice
I couldn't understand what she was saying, and she did not like that.
Yeah. It'd be like
She was saying sold, but she with no L in there.
Yeah.
More of an R than an L, and so I thought she was saying sir. And so I kept repeating. She would say it, and I would go, "Sir." And she'd go, no, sir. And I was like, "Sir."
Oh my
What's
God.
the next word? I know that one. What's the next word? She was so mad.
Pissed. I would get pissed at you. Like I'd get pissed if I'm just like an American behind you, be like, dude, just nod your head and roll tide.
I tried doing that at Starbucks, and the lady would not let me just nod my head and smile. It didn't work. I had to call one of the guys that works for me, and I was like, "Hey, man, tell me what she's saying." And he goes, "Oh, do you want vanilla in your coffee?" And I was like, "No, I don't want vanilla in my coffee."
Well, I'm just glad to know that you're taking to it and you just love the land over there.
I can't wait to get back.
Yeah, no, you can't. Well, Jacob, can this not be the last time you're on the pod? Especially when
No,
it's just
man.
me and Jordan. Can you just come on and hang out? Give us a
Well,
what's going on in South
yeah.
Korea.
When is it? It's March now, almost March. It's just a drop in March.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
March
28th. What day is it there?
27th, night of the 27th. Your morning of the
Oh,
28th.
it's almost noon on the 28th.
That's nuts.
So I could probably fit you in somewhere around June or July.
Hey, I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm done with you. Which will be home then.
I will be home.
Sick. Well, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you coming on your show, by the way. It's not like I'm thanking you for coming on your show. When you're back, you're a regular staple. Come November when you've finished your tour, you're back.
And I'm glad everybody got to see the sweet scenic views of South Korea.
God, it's gorgeous. If you're listening now, go over to YouTube right now.
That's Lupnok Island. That's Gwangju.
Okay, stop.
And that's
Stop.
Datadao.
Stop it right now.
Made all that up.
So if you made it this far, man, do we appreciate you listening, putting up with our crap. What a wild episode. Probably the wildest episode we've ever had just because we were
You've never said that.
Yeah. What, the wildest episode?
It's a wild episode. Probably the wildest episode.
Said wild. I've never said that. I always say it's the greatest episode. And it's like a running bit.
Probably the greatest episode of all time.
Yeah, I say probably.
I'd say top 5. Wouldn't you say?
That's legitimately what I say every single time.
At least top 2, right?
At least top 2. It's at least
not top 2, top 5.
I'd say top 7. This one was a top 7 episode. Can't wait to see the tens of listeners. Yeah, if you're listening right now, though, we would really appreciate you subscribing to the YouTubes. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow on Instagram.
Support your boys.
Support.
Hey, because when I get back,
I
don't know if y'all noticed or not, Big Daddy's got 12 weeks off right in the middle of hunting season.
Content.
Content king.
Yes, sir. Bye, Ranch Road. Bye, Trip Tech. Bye, HuntWise. We will see you guys soon, and we'll have Jordan on next time. Jordan's been busy, too. Can't wait to catch up with him. Besides that, go to church.